Well, hello, my friends. Welcome back to Breaking Bricks. I'm your host, Neil. You know, we had a lot of fun at BrickFest. Well, it's time to move on. You know, it was sad to take apart that build. I put a lot of love into it, took a lot of time, but now it's time for something new. And of course, I've been leaving clues in some of the last few episodes that I posted up here in the past month about what type of era and a good idea about what type of build I'm going to be building next. And of course, if you haven't picked up on it, we're doing Clone Wars. And of course, my favorite Captain Rex will be in this build. Of course, I've also gotten Mike a little Captain Rex surprise coming to him next time I see him. You know, a few months ago, we smashed one, and he was a little upset about it. Well, I'm going to make up for it. So here in the future, when I get a chance, you know, I'm going to give him this little Captain Rex set that just came out not long ago. You know, it's got that new Phase 2 Clone Rex in it. I like my custom one. I've got a great custom one. I'm going to keep using that one, but I do plan on picking one of those up for myself just so I have the official Captain Rex Phase 2 Lego clone. All right, my friends. Now let's talk about our next build. You're probably wondering what we're doing. It is Clone Wars, and it will be a clone versus droid battle. But here it is. Check it out. This bridge right here is what we're going to be working on next. As you can see, we got a giant white cloud right underneath this bridge. How the hell does this bridge get supported? The laws of physics just aren't there. But this is an animated cartoon series. It filled in a lot of the gaps between Revenge of the Sith and Attack of the Clones. We needed that. It gave personality to these clones. It's what made everybody fall in love with them. A lot of clones are a lot of people's favorites. My own is Rex. And of course, you know, I've got friends in the 501st, they had 2 clones. So why not? You know, everybody loves clones. But let's talk about this bridge. You know, the towers themselves. You know, just looking at it, you know, you think there might be some kind of repulsor lift technology holding it up there. So that's what I'm kind of going to go with. Let's take a closer look at this bridge. The tower itself here is just magnificent, right in the middle of the bridge. How do you do that in Lego? I've got a great idea on how to do it. Of course, we'll put a little under support in it because we have to. It also needs to be taken out of this room, set up someplace else, and put on display. We are still on that kick, and we're not giving it up. We do have a destination as well as a date for that. But we got to build this first. So let's go back to the overall picture here. All right, you see this humongous cloud under here. You know, I've seen a lot of Lego builders in the past, you know, when they do smoke clouds or any type of cloud, you know, I've seen them use cotton. You know, cotton is a kind of an interesting idea. You know, as a hobbyist, you know, you can do a lot with that. And maybe I'll implement that into this build as well. But a lot of Lego builders, when you're using a Lego piece, they like to use that little ugly popcorn white piece. I do not like it. A lot of Lego sets in cities, you know, put them as ice cream cone toppers. It's another thing that you can use them for, in different colors, of course. But, you know, I'm not going to buy a gazillion freaking little white ones and put them right down the middle. No, but I do have a plan B if my plan A does not work. What I actually want to try to create is an actual cloud that hovers underneath this bridge. I can't wait to try to pull this off. Let's find out. Hopefully we'll have a win. If we fail, oh well, I got a plan B. But let's see where this plan A goes first. But before we start the season, we've got a couple things to figure out. One, the cloud machine, as well as rebuild the Lego table. And we'll get into that in that episode. Now, what everybody's been waiting for. Cleveland, we'd like to try to raise a little bit of money, help the channel out, help us grow, help buy new equipment, and keep things going here. And this is a set that I bought. I got a couple of them. I thought I'd raffle one off. We did a $1 raffle ticket. And of course, we had a lot of people do a lot of helping of the channel. And today, I'm going to pull the ticket and find out who gets this set. Alrighty. Are you ready? Do do do. Give me that drum roll. Do 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 do. Do. No 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 no. That fell out. That's going back in. Okay, time to pull the ticket. Alrighty. So, my ticket is, we have Laura, and it's a 216 number, so I know you're up in Cleveland. I'll be giving you a call as soon as I get done here, and get your address and the rest of your information, and I'll have that out to you by Friday, of course. All right, so here we go. This is the table I've been using for a long time. I built this originally, and then I built a second one. Then when I moved into this room, because my wife needed the bigger room, I cracked it back down to one table. And since then, I've made adjustments to it as I needed. The last build season, you know, this just wasn't enough space for it, so I extended it out. This was the size of the build, from end to end. Now, I kind of like the size of this table, even though this room is just a little too small for this size of the table. I've managed to make it work, so we're going to continue to do so and just permanently make this table this way. So what we're going to do is we're going to take these sides off. We're going to put one board on the side here so it's full length. That way it's all supported by one board once again, rather than having it 3 per side. And then we'll add our center supports. We're going to cut this big board in half, slide it out, and move these little boards inside. That way it's all supported. And in that way, it's a nice smooth terrain all the way across. I'll probably have to get Jen in here to give me a hand from time to time to hold up a board. But, you know, this is part of the build show, I guess. You know, this is the behind the scenes stuff. I don't know what you want to call it, but this needs to be done before I can get into the build and before we can move on to the next event. Let's get to it. Well, my friends, we've fixed the table. It is completely level. We've got a top on it. I can build on here knowing it's not sagging on the sides and pulling the brick apart like it did in the last build. So I'm glad to have it fixed. We just decided to leave it this size, just in case I decide to build eventually again that big. You know, I like building that big, so I know I will do it again in the future. But we are ready to start our build. But since this is week 1, you know, I figured, hell, I might as well tell you what my secret effect is. I'm only going to do it here. You know, throughout the build, as I start to use it, you know, you're probably not going to see it, but you're going to see me working with the elements inside the build itself on how to funnel it. So, of course, I've got to figure out how to get it to work. And, of course, you know, we're going to be using lots of LED lights. You know, I just You can't do a big build without LED lights. And of course, you know, we're going to be using these new motors that I started using in the last build. And, you know, it's finally time. My secret special effect. Got it in here. And I've been kind of wanting to play with it and check it out. So let's check it out. Alright, part of the reason why it's in a big tote container is because there might be two parts to this machine. But simply to put, this is a small smoke machine. Yes, I have never seen Lego smoke. This is the first time we're going to have it. Hopefully it'll make that cloud under the bridge. At least give it a cool effect, especially with the lights is what I'm thinking. So as we get this thing together, I'll be able to remote control and set this thing off. This is the first time I've really had a chance to open it. It's got these cool little LED lights on it, but we won't be using those because you will not see this machine. It'll be hidden. And yeah, that's as big as I need it. You know, it's not very big, so hopefully it'll work out just right. Time will tell. But anyway, my friends, if you like what you saw here today, go ahead and hit that like button. It lets me know I'm doing a good job. If you got a good idea for this next build, maybe an add-in, or just want to talk Star Wars or Lego, put that down in the comments below and I will get back to you as soon as I possibly can. And of course, we cannot grow here as a family. You hit that subscribe button. It takes you a mere half a second. For me, it means an awful lot. And we are going to start this build next week. And I will see you here later.